We flip roles. We're interchangeable.
That's right. All right, guys, thank you so much. My name's Derek from Nerdbot. I am here with the absolute legendary Chris Jericho. Chris, how are you, man?
I'm legendary.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it, man.
You want to meet him?
You are one of my biggest inspirations when I was younger, man. When I was growing up watching wrestling, I absolutely loved everything you were doing. When they said, "Hey, do you want to interview Chris Jericho?" I was like, "Yes,
nice.
I absolutely do."
Thank you.
So yeah, man. So tell me about the Painmaker.
Well, I mean, the Painmaker is a character I developed in Japan when I was wrestling there. Because I started realizing that Chris Jericho from the States didn't translate it the way I wanted it to there. And I thought, I want something darker. What would a serial killer look like if he was a pro wrestler? That's kind of where the makeup came from, and the hat, and the spiky jacket. And I just like kind of having this alter ego. And so that's kind of where it started. I've used it in AEW a few times as well, whenever there's some kind of a hardcore barbed wire match, whatever it may be. And then I thought, what if I take this to the next step? Like I said earlier, how many superhero movies can we see with Batman and Superman and Spider-Man? And somebody has to create a new superhero at some point. And I thought, what about the Painmaker? What if the Painmaker was the serial killer that I envisioned? What if he was an intergalactic serial killer who had reformed himself and now had dedicated the rest of his life to assassinating other intergalactic serial killers? That way you could, a serial killer can look like anything. Half spider, half scorpion, a clown, a giant bat, whatever it may be. And then I thought, well, what if he still has the urge to kill innocent people? And does. And that's his flaw. He's an anti-hero at this point. And that's kind of where the whole idea came from. Now, combine that with the movie I did with Kevin Smith called Kilroy Was Here, which was the first ever feature film released as an NFT.
Oh, wow.
And that got me into the NFT world.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought, let's do a graphic novel of the Painmaker, but do it within the NFT blockchain universe.
That's amazing, man. And I love that you're able to kind of take the things that you've been doing in your career and then translate that into something that people can now read and watch and experience in a different way. I think that's awesome.
And once again, I've always, if people know my body of work, I always try new things as long as I'm completely connected to it. And a graphic novel with the Painmaker was a perfect step, but let's not do an old school graphic novel. Let's do one that involves something futuristic.
Yeah.
Which I think NFTs, I didn't understand. When they said non-fungible token, I thought it was something like a mushroom, like a fungus. I had no idea what this thing was.
I was like, I'm not buying your mushrooms, man.
And trying to explain to people who don't know, it's very hard. Once again, like I said, trying to explain to people 15 years ago that DVDs become obsolete, you can watch them all on your phone and stream it. Streaming, what does that even mean? It'll never work. That's kind of what people that don't know NFTs, but the people that do are very, very connected to it.
Yeah.
And I think this is a really kind of great way to develop this character and kind of stay ahead of the curve, like I said, and delve into what media is becoming, not just now, but in the future and you know, upcoming.
Yeah. So how do they access the Painmaker? So you talked about the NFTs. So how do they actually get involved and get into all of that?
So we did the first two Painmaker NFTs last year, and they sold out very quickly. And it's all through a company called Semcor, which produced Kilroy Was Here. That's how I got involved with the NFTs. So all you do is you just go to when it's released, you go to the website and you click on it, and then you get involved in buying it. And it's all involved with cryptocurrency and all this sort of thing. So it's a lot to digest, but the point is it's really, really cutting edge, and that's what intrigues me about it. Like I said, when I started my podcast 10 years ago, no one knew what a podcast was.
Right.
You know, when I did the Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea the first year, you can't have wrestling at sea. Well, yes, I do, and now we're doing it for the fourth time. I kind of like breaking down barriers and being a pioneer.
Yeah.
So once the Painmaker is ready, we'll be releasing the graphic novel in chapters. The same way that when you go to a comic book store, you buy an issue every month. Same thing with the Painmaker. It'll be a monthly kind of drop where you can get your, I think it'll be 16 pages per chapter of this moving, living, breathing graphic novel, which is what we can do with the NFTs, where it's constant, like I said, the colors are changing, and the characters are breathing, and it's really like kind of a cartoon combined with a comic book.
That's so cool. I love that so much. So Chris, I'm going to ask you a twofold question. They're both going to be favorite questions. So one, what is your favorite wrestling character?
Of all time?
Of all time. I know it's loaded. I know. It's like, what's your favorite movie?
I think probably The Undertaker is probably the best character with the most longevity.
Okay.
And to the very end, when you heard that noise, that bong, that gong, whether you're a fan watching or heaven forbid, if you're in the ring waiting, it still provides a chill.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably my all-time favorite.
Okay, awesome. And then follow up, favorite comic book character?
Probably Batman. I'm a big
Chris, I knew you and I were going to be friends. I knew it.
A big 70s Neil Adams Batman character when he was really, once again, very flawed anti-hero.
Yeah.
And that's another kind of a little bit of an inspiration for Painmaker, kind of a Batman-esque type of vibe where we're not really supposed to like this guy, but you do like him because he's a real person. So really was into Batman. And the unfortunate thing is they very rarely have nailed it on film. But I really dug Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Man, you and
I
me
was
both.
very surprised. I think Pattinson is top level to me with Christian Bale and Michael Keaton as the best Batman that's ever been on screen.
Man, Chris, I love it. Thank you so much for your time.
Man.
This has been awesome. Check out Painmaker, guys.